Have you ever stared at your screen for an hour trying to solve a problem, but somehow ended up making no progress at all? Maybe you're answering emails, checking messages, switching between tabs, and trying to stay productive. Yet the more you work, the more stuck you feel. This strange situation has a name. It's called cognitive gridlock. Just like a traffic jam on a busy road, cognitive gridlock happens when too many thoughts, tasks, and distractions are competing for attention inside your brain. And in 2026, this problem is becoming more common than ever. Most people believe that productivity apps, constant notifications, AI assistants, and endless communication tools help us work better. They certainly help us do more things. But there's a hidden downside. Every notification, message, email, and alert interrupts your thinking. Your brain is forced to switch focus over and over again. Even small interruptions can prevent you from reaching a state of deep concentration. As a result, many people spend entire days being busy without actually making meaningful progress. When this happens, most of us respond in the same way. We try harder. We force ourselves to think more. We stare at the problem longer. But surprisingly, the solution is often the exact opposite. Sometimes the best thing you can do is absolutely nothing. Not for an hour. Not for a day. Just 10 minutes. This is called the 10-minute void. The rules are simple. For 10 minutes, there is no input and no output. No phone. No music. No podcasts. No social media. No emails. No writing notes. No trying to solve the problem. You simply sit quietly and allow your mind to exist without interference. Now, this is different from scrolling through your phone and calling it a break. Scrolling still floods your brain with information. It's also different from traditional meditation, where you often focus on breathing or specific techniques. The 10-minute void has a different purpose. Its goal is to remove all mental traffic and give your brain room to work on its own. And something amazing happens when you do this. Your subconscious mind finally gets a chance to take over. Scientists have discovered that when your brain is not focused on external tasks, a network called the default mode network becomes active. This network works behind the scenes. It connects ideas. It organizes information. It searches for patterns. And it helps solve complex problems without conscious effort. Think about how many great ideas arrive while you're showering, walking, or lying in bed. Those moments are not accidents. Your brain is still working. In fact, sometimes it works better when you're not actively trying. Imagine your mind as a desk covered with hundreds of papers. When you're constantly working and consuming information, more papers keep getting thrown onto the desk. Eventually, you can't find anything. But when you stop adding new papers, your brain finally gets time to organize the mess. Suddenly, connections appear. Priorities become clearer. Solutions emerge. This is why many professionals experience breakthrough moments after stepping away from difficult tasks. So how can you use this in your own workday? It's actually very simple. The next time you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or mentally exhausted, stop what you're doing. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Put your phone out of reach. Close unnecessary tabs. Sit somewhere comfortable. Then do nothing. You don't need to force relaxation. You don't need to think positively. You don't need to chase ideas. Just allow your mind to wander naturally. At first it may feel uncomfortable. Many people realize they've become addicted to constant stimulation. But after a few minutes, the mental noise usually begins to settle. And that's when the magic starts. You may notice that the problem feels less complicated. You may suddenly see a solution that wasn't obvious before. You may recognize that you're focusing on the wrong issue entirely. These are signs that your cognitive gridlock is beginning to dissolve. The more you practice this habit, the easier these breakthroughs become. In fact, some of the world's most successful leaders are now protecting periods of intentional stillness in their schedules. They understand something important. Your value doesn't come from being connected every second of the day. Your value comes from making clear decisions, solving difficult problems, and creating meaningful work. And those abilities require space. The challenge is protecting those 10 minutes. People will always want your attention. Notifications will never stop. There will always be another email to answer. That's why you must treat these 10 minutes like an important meeting. Because they are. It's a meeting with your own mind. And it may be the most productive meeting of your day. So the next time you're stuck, frustrated, or overwhelmed, remember this. You don't always need more effort. You don't always need more information. Sometimes the solution isn't hidden in another app, another message, or another hour of work. Sometimes the solution appears when you finally stop trying to force it. Your greatest breakthroughs may come from the 10 minutes when you choose to do absolutely nothing.